Mr Deputy Speaker, last Thursday was International Day of People with Disability, and across the country, where possible, Australians held events and celebrated the day in many unique ways. There are 4.4 million Australians living with disability, and according to the World Health Organisation, there are more than 1 billion others around the globe. Globally, we have a long way to go to improve the lives of people with disability, and this tough year has made the challenge even more difficult. This year's theme for International Day of People with Disability is Building Back Better toward a disability-inclusive, accessible and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. The Morrison government is working hard to make a difference. Following the government's successful rollout, the National Disability Insurance Scheme is now available to all eligible Australians, wherever they live, and is currently assisting more than 421,000 participants. More than 175,000 are receiving supports for the very first time. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the government ensured that Australia was one of the 2 earliest nations to have a special, dedicated COVID response plan for our disability community. The NDIA made more than $666 million in advanced payments to ensure that more than 5,000 NDIS providers could continue to deliver their desperately needed services. Now, to mark last week's International Day, the government released a new Australian Public Service Employment Strategy, which sets out a goal to increase employment of people with disability across the service to 7% by 2025. We know that securing employment is one of the best ways to improve the quality of life of anyone, including people living with a disability, and I welcome this very worthwhile initiative. In fact, Mr Deputy Speaker, our daughter Sarah went for her first job interview last week, and she should find out sometime this week, so good luck, Sarah. In my own electorate of Fisher, we've recently seen, with the Morrison government support, new projects aiming to improve the lives of people with some of the most severe disabilities. For more than 20 years, Suncoast Spinners Wheelchair Sports Club, based at the University of the Sunshine Coast, has offered wheelchair basketball in my community. With a reverse inclusion approach, they made wheelchairs available for able-bodied people to give the sport a go. However, until now, there has been no provision for people with quadriplegia who have impairments of all 4 limbs. Thanks to a Morrison government grant of $243,140, the Suncoast Spinners are now offering weekly sessions free of charge in wheelchair rugby, an intense physical team sport for athletes with quadriplegia, and I encourage all people to give it a go. The sessions are led by 2 terrific quadriplegic sportsmen living in our community, Ryan Scott, OAM, a long-time captain of the Australian wheelchair rugby team and Paralympic gold medalist, and 2-time gold medalist Chris Bond, OAM, alongside Suncoast Spinners President Dr Bridie Keane, who herself is a dual Paralympic medalist. The grant is paying for the program for 2 years, and I've had the opportunity to go along and give it a go earlier this month. It was the best fun I've had as an MP, Mr Deputy Speaker. And yesterday I saw the results of another Morrison government investment in my community when I took part in the STEPS Autism Treehouse Christmas Party. STEPS is a terrific charity in my electorate which, among many other projects, helps young people with disability to live a fuller life through training and support at the STEPS Pathway College and through the STEPS Autism Treehouse. This coalition government has provided extensive funding to support these programs, including a grant of $487,000 for the STEPS Positive Autism Connections project, which works with children and young people and their families with autism spectrum disorder to support their social and economic participation within their communities. It was great to see some of the results of the work at the Christmas party this weekend. Walking around in the 38-degree heat, there were so many different rides and functions and facilities for kids and their families to enjoy that in a safe environment. And a big shout-out to Ariana, who turned out on Santa's Harley-Davidson. Deputy Speaker, these projects are just a couple of the many that this government is investing in to help ensure that Australia is an inclusive and accessible environment for people with disability. I look forward to seeing the leading role that I'm sure Australians living with disability will take with the support and we build back better from COVID-19.
Order.